Hey, everybody, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whenever you happen to be tuning in. And thanks for tuning in. It's Michael Beck on the ChatGTM podcast coming to you live here from the RSPA RetailNOW Show in very sunny, extremely sunny, ridiculously freaking hot Las Vegas, Nevada. I am joined today by Arnav Kaushik. He is over at Quantic, and we're about to learn some stuff about what Quantic's doing in the marketplace. When Arnav walked by, I said, "How you doing?" "Good." I said, "What's new?" He goes, "Everything." And so when he said that, I realized I need to do a catch-up, and I figured we might as well do it in public. So Arnav, first off, most important question, how are you?
Doing amazing. It's like you said, incredibly sunny. So I'm trying to bear through the heat, but yeah, it's amazing to be out here once again. Last year was a great show for us, and we met a lot of great people, and we're excited to do that again this year. But yeah, how's everything with you?
Amazing. Good. Yeah, the building the podcast has been fun. Exploring life has been amazing. And I don't know, I can't complain. And and one of the things I always said, it's just kind of a knee-jerk reaction. You say, "How you doing?" Well, if you complain, nobody will listen anyways.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So Arnav, for the people that haven't heard of you guys before, and especially since it sounds like you've done a little bit of reinvention of what you guys do, what is Quantic? What do you do? And who's it meant for?
Yeah, so Quantic is a point-of-sale platform, and what that actually means is that we provide the point-of-sale software for you to go out there and build verticalized solutions. I think we're at a very interesting time where AI has enabled a lot of people to build solutions for themselves.
Sure. Are we talking about vibe coding?
Yeah, and that's where, now I'm glad you brought it up as vibe coding, because it is quite literally just
Vibe,
right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
What's interesting though is that it has allowed for ideation at a rate that is unprecedented, right? We don't know
insanely fast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what's so exciting, is because now if you have an idea, it doesn't have to be an idea for very long.
No.
It can become a reality.
You can proof of concept within a couple weeks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And MVPs were the hardest part of a lot of these, ideas, is how do we bring something that I can say, hey, it's probably going to work.
Yeah.
And so what we've done at Quantic is we've built this platform so that once you have that idea, once you have that MVP or whatever it looks like, you can start to use a reliable, scalable, cross-platform, payment-agnostic solution and build on top of it. And so what that's enabled a lot of our partners to do is we have an example actually at our booth, a company called Liquorbee.
Okay.
And what they do is they basically have built a very sophisticated liquor software for inventory management, as well as a series of other things. And what they've done is they've built the solution on top of the Quantic platform. And so what that's enabled them to do is they skip the development of a point of sale, right? Which can take years, a lot of money, and there's a lot of sophistication in a point of sale. So they basically have used our platform and built their layer on top of it, and to bundle it into a point of sale system specifically for liquor stores.
Okay, so let me say that back to you, and hopefully I got it right. So Quantic is a point of sale that has been designed as a platform that things can be plugged in on top of, and use that as essentially, excuse the definition, an operating system.
Yeah.
That is defined and specific to that business, their attributes, and the things that they're growing and developing. So they don't have to worry about the commerce engine on it.
Exactly. And that's what's so exciting, right? Because for the longest time, people have had ideas on how to change the industry, but the problem is, how do you go about it, right?
Yeah.
Where do you start?
Yeah.
Right? And it's a question that's bigger than just the industry, because this is something that has been going on with the introduction of AI in people's daily lives. Is I come up with this idea and I have a vision for what it needs to be.
Right.
But what do I do? Right? I mean, sure, I can vibe code something, but that's not going to lead to anything.
It's definitely not going to battle test it or see if it's bulletproof, right? It's going to be a bunch of stuff just strung together without all the logic baked in.
Yeah. And when you're dealing with money, it's a very, very scary thing, right? You don't want to be 10 Claude sessions in and realize, oh, I've accidentally deleted their entire customer database, and now everyone's points are gone. That's a terrible, thing to happen. So with what we're doing, it's more so giving the ability and empowering people to be able to do what they want in their industry, right? So the example I've been given around today, and we've talked about and joked about around in the office, is fireworks. So fireworks. So imagine, imagine you build a firework regulation software, right?
Okay.
Let's say that it's a regulated business because it's potentially
Explosives?
yeah. Well, that's
Okay.
a great point. And you want to make sure that that's secure, right?
Sure,
Safe, and
sure.
sales are tracked, and it goes to some regulatory body. Let's say,
Sure.
right? So in that case, someone goes out and they say, hey, well, I have this idea about fireworks software. I'm going to build it. I'm going to basically plug it in. It's going to use POS data, and it's going to feed it to whoever this external party is. And that's how we regulate the fireworks.
Okay.
But that alone then has to be plugged into different point of sale companies, different point of sale solutions that are out there, right? They have to be supported by this person. It's a complex nature trying to plug into existing businesses.
All right. So we're talking about integration.
Correct.
Right.
So now you built that fireworks software, you're trying to integrate it into all these other point of sale companies because every fireworks store might have a different point of sale.
Sure.
So what we've done is we're saying, hey, take your your fireworks solution, let's embed it into our platform, right? And then you bundle it together. If you want, you can white label it,
Right.
and call it Fireworks POS, right? And go out there and sell it to every fireworks store you got in the nation. And what that enables you to do, right, is build a cohesive experience that people can be very confident in. And you basically own the end-to-end, right? We'll provide you with a lot of the tools to succeed.
Right.
But you own the experience end-to-end. And that customer then walks away thinking, okay, now I'm onboarded on a platform that really understands what I do as a fireworks store.
And it's compliant with whatever that firework.
Correct. Because that
creator
solution
made,
that
yeah.
you've built has that compliance built in that, quite frankly, we don't have fireworks compliance, whatever that may look like, right? And that's because we're not trying to be look, you can buy Quantic today as it is, right? And you can use it in restaurant, you can use it in retail, we have services, products, you can do all of that.
Right.
But the truth is, in today's age, one solution will never fit all, right?
Nope.
It's
that's
impossible.
That's why platforms are so important. If you can't have something you can build on, now you have a point solution. You have all these other things to worry about.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And so what we are moving towards is empowering those users, empowering those businesses to say, now you don't have to worry about that anymore. We'll take care of that commerce engine, as you said, and you focus on building the solution that fully verticalizes it at the end of it. And that's what's so exciting about this.
And so when was the moment of aha that we have to shift our motion to be able to provide that it's really, I visualize a circuit board.
Yeah.
Right, you have a circuit board, you put a processor in, Quantic, on that, or Quantic is the board.
Yep.
Right, and then you plug in different chips that will do the various things.
Exactly.
And so, how does that work from a business perspective? And I want to plug all these things into the platform. Is it under one offering, one price, or is it based on usage? Is it based on points of integration?
Right.
How's that laid out?
So one of our kind of foundations of our company is being customizable.
Right.
And when it comes to the business and the commercials, we will be, very, very flexible in that. And the point is because when you succeed, we succeed when it comes to this platform. And so our growth is your growth is our growth. And so what we will come up with, whatever that may look like, will be in the interest of both of us growing. So, that's obviously a topic of discussion depending on the partner. But our goal is to build this platform out, I think, is the best way to put it.
Is it a SaaS solution though, or how do you?
Yeah, so it is a SaaS
Okay.
solution at the core. I guess now you can call it a platform as a service.
Yeah.
But the key is, our growth strategy in this is very partner driven, right? And it's always
Well,
been.
you're at the right show for it.
Yeah, right. It couldn't have been a better show for this.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've always been partner driven. That's our model from the start. 10 years ago when we started, that was the goal, and that's what we continue to preach today. Because partners are everything, right? And that's
Right.
what makes this show happen. This is why we get to meet all these people and have so much fun. And it's so important, I think, to maintain these relationships, and that's where our customizability and our flexibility with everything across the board really comes into play.
And so this is really intended for the providers, right? This isn't an end user solution. They will use it as end users, but this is for more of the companies that are putting these products out in the world.
Yeah, so it's a twofold approach because we have the one solution, which is Quantic available today, that you can use as an end user, as a merchant. And so when it comes to a restaurant or a retailer, they'll be able to use Quantic as it is. All right, we have a lot of the solutions for that, but the reason for the platform is we want to take it one step further.
Yeah.
Right? There's a lot of scenarios in which we may not be able to fit out of the box. And so that's where that second piece comes in, right?
Right.
That's where those software developers or those companies with experience in those industries, that's where they come in and they apply their layer, and that's how we build the platform out.
So let's talk about the other points of user experience, and we're going mostly to the app side, right? So you have this solution that's delivering potentially to let's call it a desktop or a POS experience. How does that translate to an app, or is there an app play there? I imagine it has to be.
Yeah, so what's interesting about it is so the main point of sale app will be the main point of sale, but then within that we have a lot of different features and functionalities that you can plug in. We're adding even more throughout the next months to enable a deeper integration. But we have what is called an app marketplace, right? An app center, and that's where these integrations can go in, right? Kind of provides you a similar experience to the App Store, I guess, is the way I would put it, right? And you get to plug it in and say, hey, well, I want this delivery aggregator, and I want this e-commerce engine, and I want this, and I want that, and you build the solution that works for you. And it's really important to maintain that flexibility as a platform, because you always want to continue to build these integrations.
Right. Maintain is an interesting word, especially if we're talking about integrations, right? Is the integration maintenance incumbent on the partner, or is it being maintained and managed by Quantic?
So once again, kind of dependent on the integration.
Sure.
Right? So in our first-party integrations and the third-party
Let's say
integrations,
stuff that lives in your app store.
Yeah, so within that, right, there's stuff that we do.
Right.
Our first-party modules or integrations, then we do the integrations with third-party companies. But then if you're building your own solution and you're building your own integration, you bring it in.
Well, that's up to you to fit.
Then the maintenance is up to you.
I would
but for stuff that we deploy, we do the maintenance for that.
Okay. Well, fantastic. Well, Arnav, I know that this is also lunchtime and selling time. I don't want to keep you too long. What's the best way to get a hold of you guys?
The best place to go is getquantic.com. We're available through our website for a variety of reasons. If you want to look to sell the solution, if you want to look to white label, if you want to build on the platform, we have a new developer center coming out too to help you with that. So that's going to be very
like a whole SDK thing coming
exactly,
on?
Yeah.
Okay.
So more APIs, build out your solution. And we also have a new app coming out called POS Buddy. That's going to be your AI mobile companion.
I had a feeling.
Yeah, that one's going to be a good one. We're very excited about that. We have some features in there that are going to, really solidify the solution aspect of it. We're going to be providing solutions to problems rather than just software. But yeah, so getquantic.com, that's going to be the best way to reach us. And feel free to schedule a demo or just reach out if you want to learn more about what we're doing.
And you're a LinkedIn guy too. People can check you out.
You can always get me on LinkedIn. Yeah, that's not a problem.
All right. Well, Arnav, thank you so much for dropping by. Just for saying hi. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been. Yeah.
And I'm excited to see what you guys are doing with the platform, or excited to see it became a platform.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's catch up after this. What's the next show you're going to do?
At this point, the next show would be.
Like FS Tech? Is it a Mertech? Is it partner
honestly
shows?
I don't know.
Yeah?
To be honest with you, we might be done with shows for the rest of the year.
Lucky.
Well, I know it's a lot of traveling, right?
Yeah.
But as we're focusing on a lot of our stuff, maybe early next year would be. But we also host our own show every year called Quantic Connect. So that's a place for.
When's that at?
So that usually happens in July. It's happened in Miami for the last 2 years. But
well, you can invite my ass down. I live in Tampa.
I'm pretty sure I sent you the invite. Are you sure?
I don't know.
All right, we gotta. I'll check my emails, make sure.
That's saying.
Well, we'd love to have you at the next one. I think it's a very interesting opportunity. A lot of our partners get together and they have a good time. So
cool.
But that'd be the next probably the next big show for us. If not for NRF or any of those.
Fantastic. Well, everybody, this has been Arnav Kaushik. I want to make sure I got that. Kaushik, yeah. With Quantic, if you have any questions, you can find him on LinkedIn, or if for some reason you can't track him down, get a hold of me. I'll track him down for you. But for now, this is Arnav and Beck signing off here from the RSPA show. We'll see you guys in the next one. As always, random acts of kindness. Sprinkle that stuff everywhere. You never know who did make better, just like Arnav. Randomly stopping by to say hi to me, end up with him on the show, and me getting to catch up with a friend. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for joining us for the special ChatGTM podcast field report from the RSPA RetailNOW Show. A special thanks to our partners at Esper for making this coverage possible. Learn more at esper.io, follow Esper on LinkedIn, or meet the team at the Prosper Forum on August 16th. And if you're an RSPA member, don't forget to cast your vote for Maddie.